Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 203 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, today is another Friday. Welcome to this section. I'll tell you that the market globally and even down here, we're seeing the market is extending a positive sentiment. That means the orbit we saw yesterday as a result of positive macroeconomic data that emanated from U.S. economy and that of no European zone. This is also reflecting on what investor sentiment. As I told you earlier that investors anywhere, any part of the world, want to know are always driven by what? By information, either fundamental or policy statement or kind of decision, either from government or corporate body. It is this information that drives what the sentiment of investor. As to speak, seeing these numbers, it's also giving investors or the market players a clue what is going to happen in a global sense. Even with the fear of recession, the data that came from from US and others also giving us that this fear of recession might not really come on a blow out proportion. It might be of some economy or some climate also experience this this recession. And also for me it might be a thing of different country or world or domain, but at least to manage it effectively we want to. But I believe that as the fear was also increasing before now, I can see that with data that just came now, that also that's what the fear to some extent, especially as we are seeing that China economy is recovering. That have put also demand for oil despite the increasing either conflict or attack in the war zone, which is Ukraine and Russia. We're seeing that the economy outside there are starting to find direction, which is also a good thing for 2023. But we'll have a long way to go. That it is this war that is happening and other factors that will shape how the year 2023 will be. But I believe that what we saw yesterday globally will also send a clue. Yes, that some countries have also quickly adjust their their rate in terms of monetary policy tightening. But from what they will see also from the Fed doing in their next MPC meeting, will also set a direction. Don't forget, I said that it's the five major economy central banks that set the pace, but really they look on toward to Fed and the ECB. They on top of Canada, Switzerland, and that of Japan. These are the things that set the company that set this direction. But from what we're seeing now, what the figure that came, it gives us an insight that we might see it start further tapering in terms of rate hike from US. Because if you look at the the data, we're seeing that the economy for the last quarter 20 for the whole year grew by about 2.9, which is also good, despite that we expect to be like above 3, but it's good. It shows that the economy is still expanding. Also for the last quarter of 2022, for me, it's a good sign. And also the labor data also confirm that they are still relatively expansion, but that's why all eyes are on what on the expected inflation figure coming moment from now again to see how the economy has fared in the first month of the year. That was also be a good one. And also don't forget that the Fed meetings ahead. These are the things they have seen the GDP data. They've seen the inflation, well, especially the inflation, but that means it will inform their decision. But don't forget that as the last information that came from the debt management office for their own, they're saying that any further hike will also put a lot of burden on government, and that tells you that once you hike rate, you also feel that the burden to service debt across the globe is high. That's why World Bank and others were hammering that we should slow down on what on the debt on the raising of interest that putting burden on many economies to service their debt. I agree with them, but that tells you that in this case we not expect much from what from Fed in terms of rate. Let's keep our finger crossed. But also the number that came from this environment, I'm just saying, because we're looking at from the mature economy, these numbers are missed. Some number that came from some company were powerful with the GDP impacted the market yesterday. This morning, also seeing some missed number also. Market is still in green in US. All the traded indices are in green. In that down to also to Europe, we're seeing that this Friday, okay, we're seeing that the rally has also commenced over there. It tells you that all eyes are on this fresh inflation figure that will come from uh, from US, following that the release of better than expected growth in terms of the data which I told GDP was also confirmed. They also believe that the recovery in China is also a plus for the global economy, and that tells you that all eyes are on this data now to make informed decisions, as I've said earlier. But I believe that as oil price is still trading around 88.61 per barrel, dollar per barrel, it tells you that these are the things that I expect that you should drive the oscillation we have seen so far in the market. For me, there is no cause for alarm at all. Also, if you look at the data, what we call the Fed activities or decision in the last 9 months, and also I would say that if you look at the last 9 months, they successfully increased their rate by 425 basic points in 9 months. While in here in Nigeria, we have successfully also done our own about in 10 months, we have also increased the what our own MPR with almost 600 basic points. You can see what we are talking in terms of the new wave we are seeing in rate, so that you can see how this is going to also influence decision both the economy. Yes, we know that the financial market will also be benefit from it at times, but the real economy will be suffering from all this. That's why you also need to keep your finger crossed as you look at all this and analyze where are they heading to. It's very, very important to speak. But if you look at European market, as I said, all market in that domain in that zone are also in green as we speak. Even UK and others are in green. In Asia, Asia remain upbeat, but with a mixed what with a mixed sentiment as we speak now. That is good. But for Africa, Africa also remain mixed. But in Nigeria, we are seeing the market opening in green before now. But because MTN have lost about 14 naira, they have put the market down to red down here. But other indicators are still very, very strong. And what that means is because of the high cap, you know the impact of MTN and the Dangote cement and Excel, Boas meant about five of them, their impact on the index. That's why I said anytime you are looking at the market, look at the individual stock, look at the sectorial index, and also look at what the general market direction. They are very, very important. But now here, I want to look at the numbers that were released to the market. I will tell you, we are seeing increasing number. Despite these numbers that are coming at unaudited account, they are giving a clear signal where these companies are coming from and where they are going. You as investor, you need to see these numbers and also make your decision. It's very, very important. Like I was telling you that for you to be a successful investor in any market, you must stand what on the two analysis, your fundamental and what and your technical. And most fundamental that we use in the company, apart from the economy, is the earnings that come from the company. But this earning of the company has about 20% influence on the price. I'll tell you that why the general market liquidity has about 20%, while sectoral performance has also about 30%. You can see altogether this company this one has influence on the price of the company. That's why it's very, very important to always look at it as what as a trader or investor in any market you are. But I believe that this morning, the number that come now also increased to about almost 8, but all these are unaudited. But we're going to look at those ones that we have selected to discuss this morning. We'll discuss more on what in the Q&A session tomorrow. I think we'll start sharing the link, and those that called yesterday to show interest on that to subscribe. We also say thank you. Also, you have opportunity also to do the same, because in that forum that to discuss and also talk to buy and what we're buying them, what we expect to see, is there any changes, all these are going to discuss. Like I was saying yesterday that after the I told you that market is going to also, let's wait and see. And we saw the market breaking out yesterday. Before this morning, I saw a pullback. This pullback, I tell you, is very, very temporary. I want to see the reversal any moment from now, because if you look at the market breadth as speak, I think that people are taking position more in equity because of what the impact of what price and what and time frame. I'll tell you, these are very, very important. While looking at price and what in equity, also we are looking at what rate and the time frame what in the fixed income market. I tell you that when it increase in increase in rate, you are going to see money flowing from one instrument to the other, either leaving equity market to bond market or money market, also coming back again, looking for direction. But what we're saying there, the kind of disconnection, and also I call it material change in terms of rate system now. We're seeing that the rate that the economy is going to operate for is different from what the financial market operates, because if rate is high, we're going to that one will slow down the economy expansion because cost of funds. But we can see that even we're seeing a drop in what in fixed income market. It tells something is going on, and that's that this cost I said earlier about the cost of servicing debt is also going to play out here. If government tightly through CBN want to keep fixed income market rate down, because yes, you can hear people saying here and there that because of the budget they want to borrow more from the public. And don't forget that the more you increase interest rate and the high servicing debt, it's going to affect the government. Like I said, they are stylishly trying to disconnect the MPR from what we're seeing. Let's wait and see. But on the short time, I think investors should take advantage of that time and price, or rate and what, and time and yield and time to what, to invest, in a critical in equity market and take advantage and come back anytime there's what, another material change what in terms of rate. But I believe that where to be now is what, in the equity space. Yes, we want to start with the first one I'm looking at there is Eternal, Eternal PLC. Eternal released their unaudited account for the year ended 2022 December, and this number will tell you these are pretty, very impressive number, and I will commend this company for this trend. And I see that what we have seen their Q1, Q2, Q3 is not a mirage. You can see them. It's also establishing now at this full year. But see that the gross, the turnover or revenue moved from 82.2 billion to 117.46 billion. That's about 43 or 42.9% up on their top line. And also, if you look down to their word, to their PAT, yes, you say, if you look at the huge, say, but you can see impact of cost here, and also, I think that you are also doing restructuring also because of change, change in man in holding structure. I think changes, but if you look at the cost of operation and what was not profit, you can see that yes, we expect to see more improvement going forward so that investor will get more. Because if you look at the top line and despite I said it's fantastic, we also look at the data, critically to analyze what, where they can do adjustment. For the PAT move from a negative 1.1 billion to 1.77 billion, within about 260 point no no 60.8% of, which is good. And the EPS, from that 1.177 billion translated to 1 naira 40 kobo or 1 naira 39 kobo, as put it, from a negative 84 kobo. Don't forget that this company last year, I think they struggled to pay 30 kobo last year because of this negative position. They you can see that they are now back in profit. For me, it is a good one. From this 1 naira 40 kobo 130, if a company that want to go into, pay 50% of their earnings, if you know that we expect around 70 kobo to 80 kobo from there, if they want to do more, it can go as high as 80 or 1 naira. That also impact on the price. But if you look at the earning per share of 1 naira 40 kobo, just like a principle that was taught to us recently, if you look at this about 1 naira 40 kobo times 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 10, that will give you about 14 naira as we speak at this moment. That means the stock is grossly undervalued. And don't forget that the sector where it's operating was seeing a lot of reform, price changes. I believe that the future is bright for the company. So that if you are thinking where to put your money, I think, for those that are there and for those that know what to do, you need to also look the way of this stock. But I believe that investors should also watch and see where they can make good money, and that would be a good place. For me, the stock, as a fair value should be no less than 14, and consider the price is selling below 8 naira, tell you that there is upside potential for the stock. Yes, if you look at the profit margin, like I said, it moved from a negative 1.3, 34% to 1.51%. Can see that the profit margin is, grossly down, not attractive at all. Operating cash flow for the period improved significantly to 5.59 billion against the negative 169.53 billion in 2021. This is a plus for them. But on the angle of the last third quarter, you can see that the last third quarter also have impact on what, on the result. But for the last quarter, they have about almost 50 kobo earning per share, plus almost 90 they had about that third quarter. You can see the impact for that third quarter, last quarter, and the fourth quarter alone. They made about 50 kobo, 49 kobo plus the early 90 kobo, 82 kobo they had, in the third quarter. You can see how this has also improved on their number. On the fourth quarter, also about 21, moved from 21.21 billion in 2021 to 26.03 billion. That's about 22% up. Also from a negative 903.16 million to a positive 634.1 million, about 170% up. While the earnings will move from a negative 69 kobo towards a positive 49 kobo. Kudos to this company on this number. Next is the Nigeria Police Microfinance. This number is good, but here as your investor continue to learn impact of increasing your share in issue, and also bonuses and all those stuff, and not increasing your performance. That even when you increase your performance in that direction to a level, it has the work for diluting your earnings. For Police Microfinance, they've done well, but the additional share they have created in this period has also affected their earning per share. Every investor is in earning per share, but that will determine what will pay out and will drive the price up for we traders. The gross earnings for the company, move from 55.77 billion to 7.18 billion. That's about 24.44% up. PAT also moved from 707.49 million to 1.26 billion. You can see this is a good one, about 7% up in terms of growth. For me, it's a good one. But this 1.26 billion translates to just 23 kobo earning per share against 31 kobo earning per share in 2021. After 2021, where even the profit was lower for 707.49 million, because share in issue there was also very small, their earning per share was. You can see that the additional bonus they gave and all those stuff, you can see bonus and their recent right issue and all those stuff has also diluted their earnings. You can see the negative impact of giving a bonus share or creating additional doing right issue and all those stuff if your earnings do not double in that direction. But the operating cash flow for this company also turned negative at this point, because of the sector where it is, it's not a lending company. We need to also look at it very well. That's why I didn't comment much on it, but let's watch the next one. A negative position of 2.34 billion from 2.49 billion in 2021. These are the things. But if you look also, their Q4 was also fantastic. Their gross earnings for the last Q4 moved from 1.44 billion to 2.46. You can see the impact of the last quarter. That's why I said last quarter of any economy where you have improved activities, it has the work playing out to with the financial sector and also some consumers fast fast moving consumer goods has the work also impacting them because of the season and activities to improve. That is also reflecting in most company performance. I can see the impact of this last quarter on the result of this company. You can see that for policeman finance, for the fourth quarter alone, they have about 11 kobo for that quarter. You can see why 11 kobo is almost half of what the full year earnings of 23 kobo. You can see what the last quarter has contributed to that number. The next one there is we have University Press. This Q3, it's a March year account. We also can see here that the company turnover moved from 1.98 billion to 2.02 billion, just about 2% up. Which I know that is a flat number, and also what this number is also for me not too attractive. But the price also you need to look at it very well. You can see that the company profit after tax also dropped from 255.17 to 220.21, about 13% down. And also in that direction, their EPS dropped from 59 kobo in third quarter 2021 to 51 kobo in 2022. This is for the company. Also in that direction, consider the company growth operating cash flow also is still negative. It turned negative from a positive position of turned negative to 73.59 million from 243.72 million in 2021. You need to also consider all this when we are doing your analysis. It's very, very important. We want to quickly look at the number that came from CAP. CAP is another impressive number that I would say that hit so far on the account. CAP can see CAP move their top line move from 14.21 billion to 19.21 billion. That is 35% up. That is a huge one for me for top line. And also CAP like also a conglomerate company, companies that are under CAP where they earn. This for me is a good one. That's one also. Going to earn from different operation that has a way of impact. Don't forget that also since they merge, you can see they acquire another paint company. I forget the name of that paint company. You can see that it's also impacting on CAP. That is how you see acquisition that will contribute to your bottom line, particularly when you are in the same industry and the same business, that easily to expand to a new market. You can see since that acquisition or merger, you can see that we are seeing CAP performance looking up. If you look at the PAT for CAP, move from 1.12 billion to 2.1 billion, about 86% up. Good one, and in that direction, this translated to 2 naira 56 kobo earning per share against the 1 naira 51 kobo in 2021. Like we can say that from this 2 naira 50 kobo times 10, you can see how much the price is selling now and what it should be selling in terms of value. That means if this stock is also, you can see that it's undervalued now, overvalued. You can see from you, or you can judge take the answer there and know what to do. Also, the profit margin improved. Yes, it's also for me this is a good one. An improvement from 7.88 in 2021 to 10.88 in 2022. Good one for for CAP. I say also, and you look at the CAP results for the fourth quarter. What I'm saying that the fourth quarter, I think that is very, very important for analysts or investors. After seeing your Q3, you know that first quarter, like one of the experts that took us a class in a, in one of the question and answer session, he said there are some companies that their fourth quarter can even cover all they've done what in the whole year. That means you have to also take note of such companies so you can note them. But for those in Q&A, you understand what I said. They know most of the companies, which also we're going to discuss more on Saturday, hopefully by God grace, tomorrow by 12 noon. So that those that have the opportunity that they get to to key into the temple back, you are very free to do the same as we speak now. Then for CAP, for their Q4, we saw that it moved from revenue moved from 4.8 billion to 6.15 billion. That's 26.8% up, 26.8% up. PAT moved from 460.07 million to 769.55 million. That is 67.37%. Now, in that direction, EPS moved from 58 kobo to 94 kobo. You can see that this company is doing well. And also, if you look at the operating cash flow of this company, I'll tell you, it turned really positive for CAP. Positive to 1.54 billion from a negative of 1.28 billion. You can see, when you are expanding your business and you are getting flow, that's the work. That's why I say, as investor, always look at the company what sustainability in terms of their cash flow, because no matter how beautiful the earnings is, if there is no strong cash flow to support it, it will be just for a time, for some period for it to turn and tell on that company. We have other companies that read results like Japan. Japan result is looking a bit positive, and which is good. Also saw some insurance company also that read result that we have discussed that same yesterday. But another one that is interesting for me, this will be the last one for today, is one that came from Northern Nigeria Flour Mill. And you can see that some of the company in this the consumer goods were seeing a better number, while some also disappointing if you look at what the number they posted. But the one that came from Northern Nigeria Flour, for me it's a very interesting one too. There's an improvement there. You can see that the company top line, which is the revenue, moved from 11.36 billion to 13.76 billion for the third quarter ended December 31st. Also, PAT in that same direction from 226.3 million to 330.7 million. You can see these are numbers that can resonate with where they are going, and also like I said, the food sector or the industry, they have something that work for them. I mean, you want to look at this number. Yes, there are some in that sector that their numbers are not looking good. Look at what number that posted by Cabri. I'm still waiting. You can see that number is kind of for me divergent from what we've seen their previous quarters. Let's see what the quarter will look like. Also, we saw that this EPS for Northern Nigeria was also an improvement from 1.27 kobo to 1.86 kobo. You can see, from this level, even though you forecast the full year final to be either 2 naira or 2 naira 10 kobo times 2 naira 10 kobo times 10, that's about 21 naira. You can see the price is selling today. It doesn't has prospect. If this earning is sustained, these are the things to look at in this company. It's very, very important that note. But one thing that is very obvious, which I always mention, that the operating cash flow for this company, for this period that review, you will notice a decline from their cash flow from 2.32 billion to 192.94 million. You can see, the decline in operating cash flow, which also is a concern. But we want to look at the last quarter and the year to see where they are going from. Also, don't forget that the last quarter also, they will also be likely to be festive period, from around there for Easter period. Let's look at it. They also have a way of impacting on these companies that are into consumer related products. Yes, on this note, we'll draw the curtain for the fundamentals. Let's quickly look at what is happening in the market now, so that from there we can look at our chart easily and then know where we are going from there. It's very, very important for us to know what is happening in the market live. But you can see the chart already displayed, and this is a chart, a live market already. You are seeing here what is happening now in the market. And for me, it's good for us to always look at it together, so that it will give you a direction where the whole thing is going, so that you know exactly what to do as what as investor. Don't need to panic around. No, when others are panicking with knowledge, you make your work informed investment decision already that will guide you as investor. That's why it's good to see that we are seeing number of stocks that are going up more than the number of stocks that are declining. If not that MTN came down today or drop or decline, whatever for slight, but I believe that before the market open might see a reversal if activity change. But for me, investors should not panic at all in this market, which is also recorded. You should also do the same thing. You don't need to panic in the market because you are there to work to make profit. Like I just said, if you look at the fundamental as we speak, the market is down by 522, 512.72, about no 0.98 or 0.99% down, almost 1% as we speak. And they tell you that this decline in MTN has really put the market down. But if you look at the market breadth, I said earlier, we're seeing 17 gainers against just 10 losers. You can see, and market has stay has about 2 hours or more for the day. And these are the position of the market in terms of market breadth. It's positive. Why we're seeing that the high cap stock put the market down. We believe that reversal is imminent from this kind of trend because we know the impact of this high cap stock. Other one can also move at that reverse, especially as we have seen the kind of the disconnection in the interest rate, and what is also what's going to help the market because of time I mentioned earlier what in the capital market because of our into any season, and we are seeing a strong dividend yield in some, especially the financial stocks. These are the things we also look at, and we are seeing also some sectors like industrial and others. We are seeing a position that also support market. For me, there's no cause for alarm in the market. Yet, if you look at the out of the 10 losers as we speak, the top 5 losers are QTs. You can see International Brewery, MTN, GSK, and what and NACO. I can see for GSK and NACO, it's profit taking. For MTN, it's not profit taking. But I believe that MTN result will any moment from next week we'll see an MTN result that will also change the face of the MTN, like I just said before now. Then these are the top losers. But if you look at the top gainers as we speak now, we're seeing that CAP have taken over now, leading the market with almost 9.09% up. For me, CAP has almost heading towards 20 naira price. CAP followed by Northern Nigeria Flour Mill. You can see impact of market reacting to what to this impressive number, giving insight where the company finally will come in the next 60 days, or before end of 31st. Those that are really non-audited. For those that are not going to release an unaudited account, can see that Zenith Bank has also concluded their meeting and have sent their result out. That means within 60 days, within now and the end of trading on the 1st of March, you might see result of Zenith Bank in the market. I've seen other banks also be waiting between now and next week. I believe that those company results will be there in the market within that month of February. For those that will not release, are not going to release their unaudited account in this January. Then, as I've saying, that the top gainers are CAP, CAP and the Northern Nigeria Flour Mill. You can see Japan. I feel that Japan there is a kind of improvement in the result. Triple G sustained the tempo of yesterday, and also see Cornerstone. Then we have more other banking stock that are among the 17 gainers. But quickly look at the volume. The volume now can see that Champs is leading with 14.3 million shares traded so far. And we're also seeing FBN holding trading around 11 naira 80 kobo with 11.2 million shares traded. Fidelity, this is a stock that I've thought almost 5 naira 88 kobo this morning. You can see that it has about 9.16 million shares traded so far. Japan, I think Japan activity is improving there about 8 point something million. Yeah, 8.58 million shares for Japan, and the GT code sustained good momentum at 24 naira 46 kobo. For me, this is a good one for GT code, trading around 6.36 million shares so far. These are the top in terms of volume. Quick one, go to the chart as I drew already an uptrend channel here. We call it a bullish channel for those that are in this class. Why I drew this thing for you to see where the market is. Once the market also break up this trend line here, and also this line that I want to put my cursor now. Let me draw a line here so that you can see where we are looking at, and I believe that market cannot touch there. For us, market has taken here up now. Then our next target at market at this level was market strong, another strong support level for the market is at this point. You can see where the green line is. This what we call a support level now, because it's coming down. If it's coming up, it's going up. We're looking at also at a resistance level. Here we see that number of buyers that will change the trend here. Also here we saw here is just one stock. We saw also there was a bit of selling position here before market breakout yesterday with increasing buying sentiment. As we speak, I think that people are taking more position because of the weight of what of MTN and index, but this index I feel it pull back. But we believe that the next strong support level for this stock to bounce before it touch this line I do here, they like it also to break out to run back to retrace up. Also, if you look at the trend line here, this is the upper trend line in terms of channel. This is the down. Once you break down the down channel line, that's where you can also say that the market is on a still on a correction on this high cap stock. But I believe that the numbers I've seen so far, despite their unaudited account, is giving insight what should happen. And for that, I see that this trend will also this hour might likely turn before the market trade today, or as more results hit the market next week. I believe that investors should not panic on this pullback. Tell you that the market has really silent the impact of the great adjustment, just like what we saw in November. But I think that you should not just totally rule it out that government might change their policy again, or CBN in another direction in the next primary market option for TP. But I believe that because of the timing and the yield we are seeing in the equity market, even when on the short run, we see that the market that will rebound and also, like I said, surpass the previous peak, which is around 54,000. But it might not be immediately, but let's watch. Don't forget the elections around the corner too. This election will also guide cautious trading in the market as to speak. Yes, because of our time is fast. Made it don't give me send me a lot already. Yes, we'll continue on other stuff on Monday, hopefully by God grace. But we'll do more justice on this tomorrow by 12 noon. Yes, for those that have paid and subscribed to the package, I think you have gotten your link, everything in your email. And those that are yet have us opportunity to do before 12 noon tomorrow. See you and enjoy the rest of your trading day.